Hey everyone, welcome to Top Chef. Yes, it's a day late. You're not seeing things. Yeah, we would have had 3 shows to do last night, so...
YouTube was kind of messed up anyway, so...
Yeah. But you'll get over it.
It's the final 4. Brian, Casey, Dale, and Hung.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, they carted them into Aspen.
Aspen Snowmass is the actual name of the place.
They had about a month off, I guess, and then they came back, and they're back for the finale.
Right. Brian feels right at home because he grew up on a farm with animals. I guess he liked to eat them. So
So anyway, they got to go on a hot air balloon ride.
Casey wasn't so sure at first.
I'd be freaking out.
I think I would be too. They had the champagne. Dale was reminiscing, I just want to be here to prove myself. I used to work at this restaurant. I was at the top of my game, and then the guy retired, and then I was left with nothing. So I haven't even cooked for like a year and a half, so...
Well, you're cooking now, Dale. You're cooking now.
That's right. And Hung, he's in it for his family because he grew up sleeping on the floor of the restaurant, of the kitchen, actually. And I guess his grandfather or father came over.
I thought it was his father.
His father came over, and the restaurant opened up the Vietnamese restaurant and brought his whole family over because of it. So, yeah, it's a... really nice story. And I don't think Casey actually said anything at that point. So,
or Brian. Well, on the farm. But
she's a hard worker.
So anyway, it's time for the Quickfire Challenge, and our guest judge was Eric
Ripert.
Yeah. Ripert.
Wow. He is one of the best seafood chefs. He has his restaurant in New York. He's a 4-star written up in the, I guess, Food and Wine, New York Times, you name it.
Anything.
Exactly. Well, Aspen happens to be a trout fishing mecca.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So lots of people go there to trout fish. And the Quickfire Challenge involved a trout, a frying pan, a camp stove, and some extra ingredients.
Oh, basic ingredients from the pantry. And
they had 20 minutes to whip up a delicious trout.
They were working on like 2 logs.
Basically. And it wasn't exactly the most stable situation in the world.
They were all slanted and everything.
Dale was like one leg in a hole, practically.
Brian dropped some of his food.
Brian. Yikes. That looked pretty good, too. Hung, what the... He finished 7 minutes early, and he's standing around like an idiot.
Yeah, seriously, 7 minutes? That's almost half of the time.
So he forgot the lemon juice because he was being so cocky.
He wasn't being cocky. Like, if it only took 13 minutes, it only took 13 minutes.
Maybe he should have planned it a little bit better where it would end up, like how many minutes to the window, chef? Okay, so the worst was Brian.
Yes.
His salad was bland. Not to mention... half of it was on the floor.
So he had to, start over.
Yeah. And Dale, too much cayenne pepper. It was kicking. And did anybody notice that guest judge was eating off of his knife?
What?
He would eat, and then he would have, a whole bunch of stuff lined up on the knife, and he'd be like,
Maybe that's so he can get all of the flavors in one thing.
I don't know. But that seems dangerous to me. Okay. Hung, wonderful, but honey, you forgot the lemon.
Hung, you probably could have won that challenge.
I know. Casey, perfect. Your dish, how do you say it had a soul?
I didn't understand what he was saying. I either said soul
or song.
Song, but I think soul makes more sense.
I think it was soul. She won. And
no immunity, because they don't do that anymore, but she will have an advantage.
A huge advantage.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody had a $200 budget to bring special ingredients from home.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. So, they're going to Moon Run Ranch. And it is the final elimination challenge before the finale. The final before the finale. Okay. Each chef must create an entree for 45 hungry cowboys.
Ooh.
And possibly cowgirls. I thought it was hilarious that Dale was like, I don't know what cowboys eat. I just
I've
slept
done
with
a
them.
few.
No. He said he slept with a few, okay?
Same thing.
Maybe not. They have 3 hours to prep and cook.
Mm-hmm.
And then they bring the food to the ranch and they heat it up there. So I guess they're having a little rodeo there.
Yeah.
Hope no animals were harmed.
Only the protein that they used.
Yeah, I know.
So, Casey's prize was that she would be allowed to use her special ingredients from home.
But no one else.
Yes. But
Okay.
she decided not to. Because she wanted to save those for the last challenge.
Right. So Chef Scott Rutter, who I guess was in charge of the kitchens of the catering company that they usually use for the ranch, revealed that they would be using free-range elk. Wow, that looks scary. I've never had any kind of wild animal like that before, so...
No.
Except for deer by accident.
And, by accident?
Yeah, I didn't know it was deer until after I ate it. Okay, so Brian is deciding that he's going to use an elk shank and he's going to braise it. Nobody thought that was a good idea, especially Dale. And Tom Colicchio was even like...
Tom was like, whatever.
I don't think so. Braise it in whiskey and then make a horseradish and sour cream potato puree. A pancetta corn and relish, and last but not least, a blackberry balsamic and sage brown butter.
Yeah, so...
Could you add one more ingredient?
It took Brian about 20 minutes to describe his dish to everyone.
I know. That was ridiculous. I thought that was like way too many things going on there.
Yeah, so Hung
Right.
made a seared elk loin.
Right. Pomme boulangère and chocolate red wine sauce. Simple.
Chocolate.
Not very inventive, particularly, because I think Tom Colicchio said that he had a seasonal affective disorder. He had a summer-type dish, and the potato was more of like a fall-winter type dish.
I don't know.
So his seasons didn't match in that. Now Dale, my new favorite.
Mr. Dale.
I know. He also made a seared elk loin, and I think it was rubbed in some spices. And his plan was to make an onion and cheese tart. But they didn't have cream cheese. All they had was goat cheese.
Yeah.
So he tried to do it with the goat cheese, but it didn't work out. It was crap.
Casey, mushroom crusted loin of elk, smoked tomato butter,
whipped and caramelized cauliflower. She likes that cauliflower a lot.
And poached pear.
Also a lot going on.
I love pear.
I do.
So Tom comes in and he's like, well, because of the high quality of chefs this year, it's going to be a final 3.
Dale's tart did not work out. So he said, oh, beep. And he decided he had to come up with something else. So he threw some cauliflower, milk, potatoes, and something else.
Other stuff.
Yeah. In a pot and like boiled it up a little bit. So he brought everything with him. Hung finished early again.
Yeah, keeping with the trend, Hung finished early.
Right. And Puffy showed up.
Yay, Puffy Gail Simmons.
We love you, Puffy. Okay, so let me just tell you, Plan B sometimes works out better than Plan A.
It does. You know what? Some things just weren't meant to be for a reason.
That's right. So Dale was forced to be creative and came up with something that was way better than that tart would have ever been.
You tart.
Yeah, so everybody ate the food. Brian went through a big, long production about blah, blah, blah. I just want to eat, says Padma.
There's this, and this, and this,
right,
and
everybody was like...
There was so much that they had to edit the clips together and explaining it.
He just kept going on and on and on. Well, they asked Eric Ripert, what was your favorite? Dale. Thank you.
So yeah, Dale won.
Right. And, alright, so let's get to the 3 losers then, because we know why Dale won, because he was a genius. Hung, technically good. He's the best chef there, technically.
But they don't feel like he's in his food.
Right. Brian, we already went over. He had too much crap in there. And Casey, the elk was practically mooing still.
Ew, they showed a picture of it and it was like...
It was like blue almost. And her cauliflower?
Gross.
Yeah, it's overdone, honey. You don't put the chunks in with the puree. It makes it heavy. Okay? So Dale wins. As his reward for winning, he gets invited to the food and wine weekend.
Yes.
With Eric Ripert.
Gets to chill with Mr. Eric.
Gets to pick his brain a little bit and hang out with him and then do a demo with him.
Mm.
Nice.
So, unfortunately, Brian was eliminated.
I know. Final 3. Casey, Hung,
And
Dale.
Dale. So, since we love Brian so much, round of applause for Brian. Good job. And we'll see you next week for the finale.
Finale.
Ta-da.
Till then, much love.